Our top story, Nitish Kumar will take oath as Chief Minister of Bihar at 2 p.m. on Wednesday after he dumped the BJP and joined hands with Tejashwi Yadav and the Congress in Bihar once again. 5 years after he left the RJD Congress for the BJP, Nitish Kumar has come full circle. Tejashwi Yadav will be Deputy Chief Minister. Nitish Kumar has been unhappy with the BJP and believed that the party was going to do an Uddhav Thackeray on him and split his legislators down the middle. The BJP has called Nitish's move a betrayal, but they've also said they saw it coming.
तरह से एक विवाद पैदा करने की कोशिश हो गई थी शुरू, वो हमको अच्छा नहीं लगता था।
कोई सिद्धांत का कहीं पर इसमें मतलब रह ही नहीं गया, शर्म आनी चाहिए।
हिंदी पट्टी में देखें तो भाजपा का अब कोई अलायंस पार्टनर नहीं रहा।
ये बताया जा रहा है कि आप प्रधानमंत्री के लिए उम्मीदवार हो सकते हैं। A rarity in recent politics, the BJP has been dumped from government by its junior partner and Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. The CM is back with Tejashwi Yadav, whom ironically he had dumped in a similar fashion 5 years ago. Nitish Kumar has alleged the BJP was trying to sabotage the JDU from within.
सब लोगों की इच्छा यही हुई है कि हम लोगों को एनडीए छोड़ देना चाहिए कि सरकार में हम मुख्यमंत्री थे, हमने मुख्यमंत्री पद से इस्तीफा सौंप दिया।
In a span of 2 hours, he first visited the governor to resign, then returned with top leaders from the new coalition to stake claim. The new alliance has 164 MLAs, 43 above the majority mark. Tejashwi's RJD is the single largest in the assembly with 79 MLAs.
ये तो इतिहास बताता है कि भाजपा जहां रहती है, जिसके साथ रहती है, उसको खत्म करने में लगी रहती है।
किस तरह से वो अपने आप को जस्टिफाई करेंगे, ये हमारे समझ में नहीं आती है बात। ये ऐसे पार्टी के साथ जाना जिसको कि इन्होंने कई बार कहा कि भ्रष्टाचार का पर्याय है, इसमें तो मैं सिद्धांत कहीं देखता ही नहीं हूँ। ये सिर्फ मैं देखता हूँ सत्ता की राजनीति ही मैं देख रहा हूँ। इसमें बिहार का भलाई हो ये मैं नहीं देख रहा।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने शुरू से गठबंधन के मर्यादा को, धर्म को पालन करने का काम किया।
Even before Nitish and Tejashwi officially announced the new coalition, Lalu Yadav's daughter tweeted this music video glorifying the new alliance. Sources say Mr. Kumar and Tejashwi Yadav, the 32-year-old opposition leader, have come to an understanding about the allocation of portfolios. Nitish Kumar will be Chief Minister with Tejashwi Yadav as his deputy. The assignment of all ministries will be Nitish Kumar's prerogative. The speaker will be selected from Tejashwi Yadav's party, the Rashtriya Janata Dal or the RJD. But many are asking how things will be different this time after a similar failed experiment between 2015 and 2017 when Kumar walked out of a coalition with the RJD, reportedly upset over increasing lawlessness in the state and his inability to control it.
अब तो आने वाला है तेज रफ्तार या तेजस्वी सरकार, झूम झूम बोल रहा पूरा ही बिहार, झूम झूम बोल रहा पूरा ही बिहार, अब तो आने वाला है तेज रफ्तार या तेजस्वी सरकार.
I'm outside the residence of Lalu or Tejashwi Yadav and I have a host of RJD supporters here with me. आपका नाम क्या सर?
छोटू छलिया, भोजपुरी लोक गायक
हैं। ये बताइए छोटू जी, एक राजनीतिक सवाल आपसे पूछूंगा कि ये पहली बार तो है नहीं, 2015 में भी 2 साल के लिए यही हुआ। उसके बाद नीतीश जी ने कहा कि नहीं बहुत गुंडागर्दी हो रही है, सरकार ठीक से नहीं चल रही, ये नहीं हो रहा, वो नहीं हो रहा, और फिर उन्होंने गठबंधन तोड़ दिया और वो फिर बीजेपी के साथ चले गए। अब फिर आप लोग एक साथ आए हैं, फिर यही होगा ऐसा कुछ लोग कह रहे हैं।
मैं बताता हूँ, नीतीश जी के साथ कुछ परिस्थितियां थी, उनका हाथ दबा हुआ था। आप समझ रहे हैं, अभी भी डर है ईडी की, सीबीआई के अभी भी डर है। तो नीतीश जी, ये होता है कभी हाथ दबा रहता है तो धीरे धीरे आदमी अपने हाथों को खींचता है, इसके बाद अपने सही जगह पे आता है।
क्योंकि नीतीश जी के पास विजन है, तेजस्वी जी के पास नया जोश है, सोच है, लंबी दौड़ की राजनीति में है वो।
The BJP had contacted Mr. Kumar twice on Monday as the crisis erupted. Sources said Union Minister Amit Shah had dialed Mr. Kumar from Delhi. But BJP sources deny this. With Manish Kumar, Habib Ali and Rajesh Gupta, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
Well, what is this really going to mean for Nitish Kumar? Have his constant flip-flops hurt his credibility? Well, the BJP targeted him, saying Nitish had betrayed the 2019 Bihar mandate, which had been won in the name of Narendra Modi, and that voters would give him his comeuppance. Akhilesh gets us the details.
BJP, of course, feels that Nitish Kumar had already made up his mind to part ways with the BJP. This time, the BJP leaders did not try to pursue him or did not try to make a deal with him because they knew there were so many demands by Nitish Kumar. But the BJP did not listen to any of that because party feels that as far as Nitish Kumar's popularity is concerned in Bihar, that is coming down. That's what the BJP's own assessment is. And that's why party feels that if Nitish Kumar goes along with the RJD, his credibility will go down. That was BJP's calculation. And also BJP feels that by going along with the RJD and parting away from the BJP, Nitish Kumar has basically played his hands about 2024 Lok Sabha elections. He wants to project himself as the prime ministerial candidate of the joint opposition, and that suits the BJP because now there is another contender, because we have Mamata Banerjee, we have Rahul Gandhi, we have so many other contenders, and now another one is added in that list. So that suits the BJP, and that also shows a divided opposition.
Akhilesh getting us those details. Well, just about a month and a half after they gained a government in Maharashtra, the BJP, of course, losing one in Bihar. Well, today, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde expanded his two-member ministry. Exactly 41 days after he took oath as Chief Minister, he inducted 18 ministers, 9 each from his rebel Shiv Sena group and the BJP. Controversially, that list didn't include a single woman, but at least 3 tainted ministers feature in this cabinet.
38 days after Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis took oath, finally there's a cabinet in place in Maharashtra. 18 ministers, 9 each from the BJP and the Eknath Shinde camp of the Shiv Sena. But even before the oath ceremony could end, trouble for Shinde nominees from within the BJP. Especially Sanjay Rathod, who was linked to a young woman's death by suicide.
महाराष्ट्र की हमारी बेटी पूजा चौहान के मृत्यु के जिम्मेदार संजय राठौड़ को फिर से मंत्रिमंडल में स्थान देना ये बेहद दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना है। भले संजय राठौड़ मंत्री हो गए, फिर भी उनके खिलाफ जो मेरी लड़ाई है वो मैं जारी रखने वाली हूँ। न्याय देवता के ऊपर मुझे पूरा विश्वास है, हम लड़ेंगे भी और जीतेंगे भी।
Today, Deputy CM Fadnavis and Sanjay Rathod are ministerial colleagues. But when he was in the opposition, Fadnavis had demanded Rathod's resignation from the previous government. Rathod left the Raj Bhavan soon after the ceremony, but Eknath Shinde, the Chief Minister, defended his inclusion.
संजय राठोड यांना मागच्या सरकारमध्ये पोलिसांनी क्लीन चिट दिली होती.
But the real clamor for portfolios begins now. Starting with the BJP, which has 106 MLAs. While Devendra Fadnavis wants the home portfolio, the question is whether he will be getting it. As a Chief Minister, Fadnavis always advocated that the home portfolio should go with the CM. Also, accommodation of independents and remaining ex-ministers is going to be a challenge.
What's also likely to turn into flashpoints are the exclusion of other rebels who had joined the rebellion expecting cabinet berths in the new government, like Sanjay Shishat and Santosh Bangar, who famously broke down in support of Uddhav Thackeray and then joined the rebels. The BJP also has to accommodate several faces, leaders like Ashish Shelar and Chandrasekhar Bawankule. The NCP's Supriya Sule hit out at the government for not including a single woman in the cabinet.
Maharashtra is one of the most progressive states in the country, especially when it comes to social reforms. This was the state which gives women reservation to the country. This was the first state to give women reservation, and it's very unfortunate that there are 18 ministers.
The political drama in Maharashtra, from the falling of the Uddhav Thackeray-led government to the formation of the Shinde-Fadnavis government and its cabinet expansion, has taken more than a month. And now, with the new cabinet in place, murmurs of dissatisfaction amongst those who haven't been accommodated. Which is why Shinde's critics believe that he has a political tightrope to walk to ensure his government lasts till 2024. With Sohit Mishra and camera person Rajendra Dhalkar in Mumbai, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
In other news, Noida politician Shrikant Tyagi, who was on the run after a video of him verbally abusing a woman went viral, was arrested by the Uttar Pradesh police today from Meerut. He will now be in jail for 14 days. At least 9 cases have been registered against Tyagi, the accused in the recent Grand Omax Society case in Noida. The police today said he was a serial offender and that he had also changed vehicles and phones in order to give them the slip.
मेन एक्यूज जो अपने आप को पुलिस से लॉ एनफोर्समेंट एजेंसी से बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा था, उसका लगातार पीछा किया गया। उसको भागने में मदद करने वाले, उसको शरण देने वाले, उनको लगातार ट्रैक किया गया और आज इसको मेरठ के पास से हमारी टीम्स ने अपने सहयोगियों के साथ गिरफ्तार कर लिया है। ये एक बहुत ही चैलेंजिंग असाइनमेंट था।
In news coming in, China has indicated that it is ready to let Indian students return to that country and will facilitate the return of at least 20,000 Indian medical students who are enrolled in Chinese institutes and were unable to return because of the COVID pandemic. Now, Maha Siddiqui joining us at this point with the latest details on that. Maha, what are we hearing?
So this matter, Ankita, has been taken up several times over by the Indian side with the Chinese side, because these students have been stuck, and about 20,000 roughly, in India since the first lockdowns happened in 2020. Since then, they haven't been able to return to China for their studies, and they are largely medical students. So India drew up a list as per the Chinese side's request in around April, and those lists of students who were willing to go back was given to the Chinese side. Since then, there hasn't been much progress, and 3 months have lapsed after that as well. In June again, Foreign Minister, that is External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, took up this matter at his level with Wang Yi, and at that time again assurances came from China that they will start the process. Now, once again, the Foreign Ministry is suggesting that the first batch, they'll facilitate the movement of these students back to China. But the other issue also, Ankita, that remains here is the flight connectivity and the quarantine rules that still exist in China in many of the places. So all these are creating a hurdle, but China is once again assuring that they are working on it. How soon can it be done? No date has been provided yet by the Chinese side.
All right, Maha, thanks very much indeed for joining us with those details. The 44th Chess Olympiad has drawn to a close in Chennai with a grand closing ceremony. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin used that platform to make several announcements. This after India's B team settled for a bronze medal in the open section, Uzbekistan springing a surprise by bagging the gold medal with a 2-1 win over Netherlands.
I am glad to share that we are taking steps to host Chennai Open, WTA International Championship, and also Asian Beach Games in Tamil Nadu. We will continue our efforts to making Tamil Nadu a global destination for sports.
Gold for Team Uzbekistan in the International Chess Olympiad Open category at Mamallapuram. Seeded 14th in the beginning, the team did not lose even a single game.
We also was happy. We have a lot of strong opponents. For example, Indian B opponents was really strong.
War-ravaged Ukraine lifted the gold in the women's category. Many players out of their homes for months pray for peace.
Of course, we wanted to play the best to win some medal, but all opponents was very good.
Double delight for India. Top-seeded India's women's team and 11th-seeded India's team B2 won the bronze. The men lost the gold in a whisker.
The tournament happening in India makes it even more special.
We wish it would have been the gold, but it wasn't to be this time. Hopefully, this will set the tone for the coming Olympiad.
Expecting Mother Harika's due date is today. The Chennai player didn't want to miss this rare opportunity on home turf. Have you thought about any chess-related name for the newborn?
No, nothing so far. I still don't know if it's a boy or girl.
Siblings Vaishali and Pregnananda, who defeated Magnus Carlsen recently, won individual medals too, along with Gukesh.
He's also getting 2 bronze, so it's great for our family.
A bronze for India would certainly establish the host nation's hold over chess yet again. The Chennai event itself, many hope, would trigger a fresh wave of interest to turn India into a powerhouse of chess. At Mamallapuram with Suresh, Sam Daniel, for NDTV.